Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're going to go live. We're cooking with Rayna Greenberg. We're making classic diner food. We both grew up with amazing diners. We thought we'd bring that to your kitchens today.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hi.
Good morning. Do you want to tell everyone what we are making and who we are raising money for as I awkwardly type in the pinned comment?
Yeah, so you told me that you wanted to do brunch diner classics. So I was trying to think, like, what kind of stuff do I like to order at a diner, which is always hash browns, lots of carbs in the morning on a weekend. And then I was thinking, like, what's like some Jewish thing that we could do? And a Reuben sandwich is my absolute favorite sandwich. So we're going to make a hash Reuben this morning. So we're going to take all the ingredients that I like in a Reuben. So corned beef or pastrami, sauerkraut, Swiss cheese, and we're gonna pile it onto like a crispy hash, and it's gonna be super delicious.
Yum. And who are we raising money for today?
It's called Off Their Plate. Do you want to talk a little bit about it?
Well, so it's Off Their Plate. So it's the World Kitchen that we're actually raising money for, because Off Their Plate is part of that. The way these charities work is you have to be like accredited to whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's the same thing, but yes, it's Jose Andres Foundation. So you know it's good, and all you guys have to do is you can just hit the little button on the bottom, I think, and throw us money. Mm-hmm. Any donation is amazing. It's incredible. It means the world to both of us. It's really, really important. So yeah, easy.
Yes, so we're going to raise some money for restaurants, for food, and we're going to do a dish that I think is so easy. Probably a lot of ingredients that you have at home anyways. Well, I don't know, most people have sauerkraut, but that's okay. It's buy the pickles in the grocery store. Okay, well, you're in charge. How do you like to do this? How do we do it?
Well, what's the first step, I guess?
Okay,
so if you guys have questions, ask along. We will try, or I'll try and answer them as we're doing it. It's a little far for me, so sometimes I can't read them all the way, but I'll try. So keep asking away. We'll keep answering. It's the happy fun brunch time with Brunch Boys. That's the new name of the show. The happy. It's like the Seinfeld thing. It's like the happy. I don't know, whatever it is. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, thumbs up.
I'm a little hungover. Like, all these references are over my head. I'm hungover because I had 2 glasses of wine last night on my floor by myself.
They like my cap. I wore it in honor of you, Rayna.
You wear that hat all the time, though. Pittsburgh caps are like, all the cool people wear them.
Yeah, but I've been trying to on these lives to represent who I'm live with. So.
Oh.
But you're from Pittsburgh, so I was like, I'll wear my Pittsburgh hat. Not that I don't wear it other times, but I specifically not.
I appreciate you repping the Pirates. All right, so for this recipe, it's very few ingredients. It's frozen hash browns. I'm going to talk about why we're using frozen and not fresh. Sauerkraut, either pastrami or corned beef, a little bit of Swiss cheese. Making a lot of noise there, buddy.
I had to get the hash browns out of the freezer. I forgot.
A little bit of Swiss cheese, and then oil and salt. That's it. Pepper, if you
Easy.
Like. So first thing.
And we're gonna make make the Russian dressing, right?
I didn't buy the ingredients for Russian dressing. I'm gonna let you deal with that, and then I'll read questions and answer them while we do this.
All right, that works.
If you guys don't know who I am, did you tell people who I was?
I just assume more people knew who you were than I am. I should probably tell people who I am.
Well, my name is Rayna. I'm Rayna Greenberg. I'm the co-host of Girls Gotta Eat podcast. I also formerly was a food blogger, which is how I met Jeremy, through all these Insta meetups. And we probably had brunch together every single Saturday and Sunday for like 4 or 5 years without fail. Every single weekend, you were like my standing brunch date.
So we're still doing that, just through the phone.
Exactly.
Which might be better, honestly. It's much easier. I mean, I put on pants right now for this, but like I didn't really have to put on pants.
Yeah, but like you could be with me and I smell nice, you know?
I like this.
Okay, so in a bowl, I just want to bind like the hash browns together a little bit. So we're using frozen hash browns, and I'll tell you why. So normally I want to always use, you are so annoying today. Like, make more noise.
Me?
No, I'm tired of myself. I'm telling myself how annoying I am.
I'm cooking, Rayna.
I use frozen hash browns. I like to use fresh vegetables as often as possible, but with hash browns in particular, as you shred them, tons of water will seep out of fresh potatoes, and the potato turns brown. You gotta like really, really strain it in order to get all the moisture out to get a good sear on it. So the frozen stuff has already sort of been dehydrated a little bit for you, so it's just better. It's easier to cook with. You don't need like be fancy shred your own potatoes. Also, shredding potatoes is a giant pain in the dick, so I don't do it. This is
how much are we using?
Okay, so here's how I normally cook. It's a really fucked up way to cook. I just throw stuff together and hope it tastes good. That's
my approach to cooking. That's why I don't like baking.
Oh, I can't do it. I went to culinary school and then I went to pastry school right after. And
that was making all the noise.
Oh, I made one noise. I made one noise here. 700 noises. Shut up, Jeremy. Okay, so how much? I don't know. I'm gonna take like 2 handfuls of it, and I'm mixing it in this silver bowl.
I can't even open mine. It's hard.
Listen, just be tolerant, okay? Be a Chrissy Teigen and not an Allison Roman. You know what I mean?
Not talking about that today. Not touching that one.
You guys can Google it.
I don't want to get yelled at.
You guys could Google it. Okay, so I don't know. I probably put too much hash browns in here, but I put the hash browns in here.
Someone asked again, so what are we making? Rayna, what are we making again?
We are taking a Reuben sandwich, which is like a classic Jewish sandwich, and making it into a diner classic, which is a hash. So basically, we're going to make crispy hash brown potatoes with a little sauerkraut in them, and then we're going to pile corned beef or pastrami if you guys like that. A little bit of Swiss cheese, stick it under the broiler. It's amazing. It's a great brunch thing.
And we are raising money for World Central Kitchen. So I see 8 donations that are ready. That's incredible. Any donation is absolutely amazing. So
my God, guys. Sauerkraut is an interesting
No one stop talking about
really...
Chrissy. No, this isn't going to talk. No, they're already talking about Chrissy. We can't talk about Chrissy. I've spent my morning talking about Chrissy and Allison Roman. We're not turning this into that.
Let me see what I was doing. Let me see.
What's the next step? I put 2 handfuls of hash
okay,
in there.
So, yeah, 2 handfuls is good. Then we take sauerkraut. It depends on how much you like. Like sauerkraut is an acquired taste. Basically, it's just shredded cabbage in vinegar. That's really all it is. And that's the classic ingredient on a Reuben.
I got like a very hipster one.
Cool. Well, you live in Brooklyn. Mine is Bubby's sauerkraut. So it's in the pickle section. So I have I don't know, 2 little spoonfuls. So like I would say the ratio is like 1 to 4, maybe. It depends on how much you like it. You want the potatoes to taste like it, but
taste this first. Smells good.
Is it your hipster?
It has caraway seeds in it, so get that like sense of it. All right.
Okay. So mix those up a little bit together. Take a little salt. Again, I just like eyeball it and just put a little bit of salt in there. Salt's good too. Salt also draws out the moisture, which gives you a really crispy finish on the potatoes. Mix that up. And then I just take like a little bit of egg. I didn't actually have eggs with me. I have egg whites. So you can use 1 egg to bind it.
Listen, I eat egg whites every single day. Same. But this dish truly does call for eggs. If we were to cook with eggs like I did because I was prepared, how many eggs would you use?
I would just drop 1 egg in just to bind it. I mean, you're not trying to make like scrambled egg potatoes. You just want to like bind it up a little bit. How's everybody doing this morning? I just want to say hi to everybody. I always like hate reading the comments because like I can't. I'm so blind. I have to like get right up in the camera.
That's my problem too. Is I gotta squint to see them. And also the problem is when you go live with 2 people and I have to pin comment is you could really only see 1 comment at a time. So if I look down for half a second, I miss 20 comments. So if you miss your comment, it's actually important. Just keep asking it, and eventually we'll see it.
That's how I treat my relationship with Jeremy. Every time I ask him something and he doesn't respond the way I want him to, I just keep asking until he pays attention to me. Okay, so
I'm busy.
Yes, he's always screaming at me that he's busy, but I don't know what he's busy doing. I'm busy. It's a pandemic, Jeremy. None of us are busy. Okay, so we're gonna put a little oil in our pan. We're gonna get that heating.
All right, same right.
I'm gonna do that, and you can. I mean, you're just slower than I am, so.
You have to slow down. Hold on. What temperature are we cooking at here? High, low, medium?
No, I'm between high and medium, but I'm just like heating the pan up. While my pan heats, do you guys have any questions? What's the secret to an extra crispy hash? I said this a few minutes ago, but first of all, I would buy frozen hash browns just because the moisture is already sort of dehydrated from it a little bit for you. But if you don't have that, if you just have fresh potatoes, you want to shred them yourselves, what I would do is after you shred them, take a paper towel and just press down on the potatoes, and that'll drain the water out of it. The stuff that makes hash browns kind of shitty is because there's too much moisture in them.
So I want to see the mixture. Here's the mixture so far. It's just the shredded potatoes, an egg, salt, and sauerkraut. Right?
Perfect. Yeah, you're doing great, sweetie.
And if you guys want to see this full video, I will be producing a long form YouTube, a shorter form on the feed, even shorter on TikTok. So if you miss any of this, you will all be able to see it at some point. I'll be posting and Rayna will share it or something. Doing any home workouts? I work out almost every single day. Rayna, I know you made a purchase to work out at home.
I donated $2,000 to $2,500 to Nordic Track, and now I currently own the world's most expensive coat rack. The 5 closets in my apartment just didn't seem sufficient enough. I wanted a coat rack in the middle of my apartment, so that's where it is. Listen, I just hate it. It hurts my fucking butt. It hurts my butt, and I don't like it. I've never liked stuff happening to my butt.
You just have to train it.
I know. I've heard that you need to get calluses on your butt. I don't want that. Okay. My pan is pretty hot, so I'm going to put some of the mixture in it.
You went, all right, I'm going to give it a little coconut oil spray.
A little what?
Coconut oil spray? All right. This is on the way. You do the whole bowl?
I don't know. I put too much in, but
someone asked you what you're snacking
figure out what
on. Someone wanted to know what you're snacking on right now. Quarantine snacks.
Like in general?
Yeah.
I'm always snacking on pretzels and hummus, goldfish crackers, Cheez-Its, that kind of stuff. Okay.
I should do like insider trading. I should buy stock in these companies and then ask you what you like.
Okay, here's what I'm doing. So I took it into the pot, and as you guys can see, I just kind of like made a pretty cake shape.
Is that important for it to be in a circle or no? Just flat?
I think it just makes it easier to flip it.
Okay.
You don't have to.
So you're just leaving it be, let it crisp up, pretty much?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it be. We'll see how this goes. I don't know. Mine's a little big.
You
Guys,
didn't spend the morning recipe testing this?
I was hungover. I was talking to Ashley. I spent a lot of mornings doing that. And I went really deep into Chrissy Teigen and Allison Roman thing. That's what I did all morning.
That was very similar to my morning, I guess.
All right, we'll see how this goes.
Someone wants us to be on Food Network. Should we ask our Food Network contact?
Okay, so Jeremy and I, listen, just subtle name drop. We're best friends with Bobby Flay.
Oh, we are both best friends.
Yeah, we're best friends. We had dinner at his place, okay? And we had drinks with Bobby Flay in Bobby Flay's apartment, okay? He is one of our best friends. Food Network is really how I learned to love food. I think it's probably how most people learn to love food, though, right? It's the first thing I watched every day after school when I came home was Bobby and Emerald and Mara Vitale.
By the way, Ashley's trying to stir the pot when we said we were not going to talk about Chrissy Teigen.
Listen, Ashley and I had a meeting before this Instagram Live, and we aligned on the way that we feel, and I co-sign everything that she says in these comments for the next however long she's here. What are you guys drinking with brunch? I'm just drinking water because I'm pretty hungover, but I wish I had a coffee.
I've already had a large cold brew concentrate and a hot coffee this morning, so I'm trying to take a little break. Maybe I'll drink the seltzer.
You guys have any other questions while I crisp this up?
The donate button is at the bottom. What does that say?
They
Yes.
want to know what we're donating to.
Oh, yes. Keep donating. 11 donations so far. That's incredible for World Central Kitchen. That's Jose Andres' organization. I know that money then goes to, what is it called, Rayna? The one that you specifically wanted to?
Off their plate.
Off their plate, exactly.
Obviously, every industry got hit so hard. Every small business is struggling. Everyone's struggling. But restaurants are so near and dear to mine and Jeremy's heart. And I've worked in restaurants. Jeremy's worked in food television for so long. So it's an important thing for us to support.
I told myself I wasn't going to touch this. Now I keep touching it.
I keep touching it too. Listen, I can't stop.
I could smell it. So.
I just, no, I can't touch enough things. I haven't had a hug in so long. I'm like, I'm going to spank my own self with this spatula. That's like how much I'm dying for human touch.
Turn it down. I think it's burning a touch. I'm going to go though. Favorite foodie destination?
Oh, I love this question. Let me turn this down. All right, you want to pick? Well, let's pick foodie destinations in the United States. I think that my favorite, because when I think about foodie destinations, I want to go places where I can get stuff that like you can't get everywhere else. And I think there's like an incredibly unique food culture in New Orleans, which is one of my favorite cities to like drink and party in. Have I ever been there with you?
Nope.
I don't think I have. Charleston is one of my absolute favorite foodie destinations. Also, it's coastal. You get great seafood there. There's tons of really amazing and also just like casual, fun, down-to-earth restaurants, great places to drink. San Francisco is one of my favorite food cities, and Chicago and New York. So I think those ones are great. And
so Rayna picked every city in America is your top foodie destination.
Listen, I love travel, okay, and I've had the opportunity to travel. My dad lives in Dallas, so I'm gonna flip quite a bit.
I'm gonna flip.
Okay. My dad lives in Dallas, so I go to Texas quite a bit. Dallas, Austin. I love barbecue in Texas. It's one of my favorites.
I've been to Texas. It looks pretty good. I've been to Texas a few times. I've been to Dallas a few times. San Antonio a few times. Austin a few times. Austin is great. San Antonio is actually underrated. I didn't love the Dallas food scene.
I'm just talking about for barbecue, but Ashley's donating to our charity with our joint credit card, and honestly, I'm here for it. She's trolling me about Paris also. Ashley and I went to Paris together 2 years ago. It was our first international trip. It was very romantic. We shared a bed.
My top foodie destination is, if we're not going to count New York, because obviously it's the best, LA. I think what gives LA an advantage is, one, I like all different types of food that Rayna was speaking to, and I think like it's just like New York, it's a melting pot of so many different cultures. Because also LA has the advantage of being so gigantic that it just inevitably is going to have so many things. I also think you see a lot of really cool stuff out there because while it's gotten a little worse in LA, it is still easier to open up a fun, fresh concept there than in New York, where it's very hard to take chances just because of how difficult it is to own a restaurant. So you see chefs opening up new concepts there, testing it there, and then taking it to other places. So
I also think you just find a lot of immigrants in LA from other cultures, and New York, which is why the New York food scene is so great. People just have come from all over the world and brought their cuisines there, especially from Asia and India, and I love that so much. So that's something that I really search for. Okay, so I'm cooking this in the pan. Mine, I flipped it, looks like golden brown.
Everybody wants to see my hair. Do you think they think it's because I'm bald?
You look terrible. Listen, you have never looked worse. Your hair looks insane. I love you very much. But
look at my hair. Wait, this actually looks great right now.
I know. It's because you haven't showered in a while.
I just showered 5 minutes ago.
You look so crazy. Your hair has been so wild lately. I mean,
want to see my abs? I wish I could just pull my shirt off and show the abs, but pulling the shirt off will not show you any abs, so that's not gonna happen.
Listen, guys, been there, done that. It's nothing to say, you know.
I have abs now. There's just a little bit of fat over them. So as soon as I get
really
that
working
off
hard.
There are abs there. You just have to it's one of those situations where when the sun hits me right and I flex just in the right way, they pop. but it takes a little bit of extra work.
When the sun hits me the right way. Yeah, I'm super skinny when the sun hits me the right way too. I threw this photo up on Instagram the other day of like where I'm naked. And people are like, why you look so skinny? I'm like, you don't understand like how many fat rolls I have behind my legs in that photo. I have done nothing besides carb load this entire quarantine. Whatever. You know what? Love your body, embrace yourself. We got enough shit going on without worrying about what you weigh. Who cares? Anyways, so I'm crisping this up.
Yep, still crisping.
Got like a few more minutes to go. Do you want to take another question or two?
Oh, I've just been answering the whole time. They want to know how your cycling has been. I know we talked about that already.
If you guys are just joining, I tried it once. It hurt my butt so bad, and I never went back. It's like being tortured slowly. So I made a several $1,000 donation to Nordic Track, and how many people?
With the amount of plugs, and also with the amount of plugs you've given them, you've also given them like $100,000 worth of free advertising as well.
Yeah, they should pay me. I feel like there's going to be fire sales on Nordic Tracks and Peloton as soon as this is over. Everybody on earth rushed to buy exercise equipment as soon as this started. No one's going to use this shit.
I know.
I can't wait to sell this.
I was like trying to control what I bought just because of the reason, because I was looking at very expensive workout things. I'm like, I can't. So I've been trying to buy like cheaper workout things, but it hasn't worked out either. I just wish I knew. If I knew at the date the gym was going to open, I could justify it a little bit more. I'm like, okay, they're not going to be open until August. I will spend any amount of money to get this shit into my apartment. The thought that they might be open in a few weeks lets me be like, oh, I guess I could wait. I don't know.
No. By the way, I just added like a little bit more oil to my pan just because it was a little dry. That's what I'm doing.
Mine's all dry because I just used coconut spray. So whatever.
Someone wants to know how long did we date for?
Didn't date, so there's no answer for that. So I want to know what's the first restaurant you're gonna go to when the pandemic's over?
Oh, I thought we wanted to talk about sleeping together. I
already answered that.
We slept together. We just didn't date.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyways, it was a long time ago, and now we're just best friends. Okay.
Where's your first reservation when you can go to a restaurant?
Ooh. Oh, sorry. First reservation. So Ozatar is my absolute favorite restaurant. I talk about it all the time. Ashley and I talk about the podcast constantly. It's a Mediterranean restaurant in the East Village on the corner of A and either 12th or 11th. I'm like forgetting. I haven't walked over there in a while. But all the dips and the pita and the grilled meats, and it's just like giant spreads, and it's such a good vibe. And I've been going there for years. We used to go after we recorded the podcast all the time because Ashley lived next door, and that's my first stop. So just like a huge meze spread.
I think their opening party should be like a GGE party.
Yeah,
just like
I think so too. I love that idea.
Only open for you, no one to the public. It's your restaurant for the night, that first night they're open.
I love that idea. And
then Alana, are you in the chat? Could you make this happen, please?
And then I want to do a food tour of like everything else I love, like around me. So I want like Prince Street Pizza. I want Xi'an Famous Food noodles.
You could still get Prince Street Pizza.
Are they delivering?
Yeah, they're open.
It's about the experience, Jeremy. You don't understand. What's your first restaurant? What's your first restaurant you're going to go to?
You know what? A lot of the restaurants that I eat a lot at are still open and delivering, thank God. But maybe Black Seed.
Okay.
Give me a Black Seed bagel.
They're totally closed, right?
Yeah, they're totally closed. You can't order in, can't do anything. So maybe do that for breakfast. Maybe bop over to Gato for dinner. That would be nice.
Oh, yeah. Maybe Bobby can come have dinner with us because we're best friends. Okay, so I think that this has been like cooking basically long enough. So here's what I do.
For the person that asked about Allison Roman, we've talked about this endlessly. This is a Allison Roman free zone right now because both of us separately have been discussing this the whole morning, and it's too much to get into. So.
Listen, I've tried to address it twice, and Jeremy shut me down. If you scroll up, Ashley has let you know how I feel, and Ashley and I have a joint opinion on everything. So. Ashley and I will give our joint statement later. I love Chrissy Teigen. That's how I feel. I love her. Somebody asked me the other day who like my quarantine home would be, and I was like, Chrissy Teigen and John Legend, no competition.
Oh, Alana's in the chat. Great. Alana, you heard about our idea for Azatar then? Please confirm with a thumbs up.
Please make it happen. Yes. Okay. Jeremy, can you feed me? Okay, this girl wants you to feed
That's
her.
Alana.
Okay, this girl has a boyfriend. All right, so let's like sort of start to like wrap this up. So it's pretty crispy on both sides.
Yeah.
And then I just like build some stuff on top of it. We're gonna melt some cheese on it. So what I'm gonna do is I actually add like a little bit more sauerkraut on the top. I add like I've ever made this before in my life.
I already put it away. Hold on. Oh no, it's right here. Okay.
Just a little bit more. I think it just like adds a different texture when it's not in the hash brown.
Mm-hmm.
I don't normally touch things with my hand as much. That's okay. Okay. Put that on top.
Mm-hmm.
Then,
Want to tell everyone quickly what we're making again, if they just
we're taking one of my favorite sandwiches, a Reuben sandwich, which is either pastrami or corned beef, sauerkraut, Russian dressing, usually on rye bread with Swiss cheese. So we're doing it on a hash brown to make it look a little more of a diner classic. So we have it in the pan. I don't know if you can see it. Okay.
I forgot. I ate my last piece of rye bread this morning. I should have bought more. I fucked up.
Well, you have like you could put caraway seeds in the potato. That could be kind of good. But okay, so I have chopped up a bunch of corned beef. You can use pastrami if you want. I mean, any deli meat would be really good on this. But I've chopped it up a little bit.
I'd say you want that saltiness though.
That's a good call.
Maybe not like a dry turkey.
I don't like regular turkey. I only eat smoked turkey, and I get it like chipped. That's how my dad always ate it.
You get it what?
Like shaved, not chipped. Sorry.
Oh.
Okay.
So you're just breaking little tiny pieces, or right on top of the sauerkraut?
Yeah, I cut them up.
I'm gonna just tear it with my hands.
That's really manly of you.
We're
also recording on Zoom, so I guess I should like put it in
No,
here.
it's fine. Don't worry about the Zoom. The Zoom I'll take care of.
I'm hungover and you've been yelling at me all morning about stuff to do. I need to be on Zoom. I need to like create a whole recipe.
Well, this is how I deliver this video to everyone in case they missed anything. You guys can tune into Brunch Boys later this week or whenever I post it.
Yep. All right, and then lastly, I just take a little Swiss cheese and put it on top. I'm so bad at doing this with two hands.
Shredded Swiss.
Yep. I mean, I guess you could use sheets of Swiss, but this will melt better. And I love broiled Swiss cheese. Like my dad used to make us like open-faced sandwiches with smoked turkey and corned beef and Swiss cheese when I was a kid. That's all we ate at his house. That, fish sticks, and mac and cheese with hot dogs. That was our.
That's the 90s, Rayna.
Classic dad food. All right, let me put this back in the holder. Okay, so that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Stick it in the oven to broil it.
All right, wait, let me do that. Broil. Broil high. Answer. All right. Hold on.
You know what just occurred to me is that I don't have oven mitts. I like caught my oven mitt on fire and I never replaced it. So I don't know how I'm gonna get this out of there.
I do have oven mitts, but I've been using just kitchen towels.
Use a t-shirt. Okay, so we're gonna let that broil for a few minutes.
A few minutes.
I know you get very stressed out and anxious. Yeah, I don't know. However long yours takes.
You just want to melt. You're just looking to melt the cheese.
Yeah, just to melt the cheese, and like that's the whole dish basically. I'm gonna put these in the fridge. Do you want to look at a couple more questions?
Keep coming. I haven't really been paying attention. I've decided two things this week. So I ran out of paper towel 2 weeks ago, and I went a few days without it, and I realized I can do this life without paper towel because it's so wasteful. So I haven't been using paper towels in 2 weeks, and it's possible. I just use dish towels and just wash them. The other decision I made, which I find to be like very wasteful, is the singular cup, the coffee pod cups, the Keurigs. I love my Keurig machine. It makes my life much easier, but I do feel bad about the waste the pods
I do
give
too.
you. So I bought these coffee pods that you just fill up with the grinds.
Oh, I love
To
that.
throw them out. So quarantine goal, become a better person for the environment.
I'll do the exact same thing. Actually, I struggled for a long time with whether I should get a Keurig because I drink coffee every morning and like I walk around, I go buy a coffee every morning for like $5 in East Village. So I struggled for a long time with whether I should buy one. And then you gave me my Keurig, which is right there. But yeah, I use pods every morning. I use these Amazon Fresh hazelnut Keurig pods. They're really good, but yeah, I feel bad about the waste.
So there you go.
Fuck paper towels, thank you.
Fuck paper towels. Fuck.
Somebody said, can I nominate Rayna for The Bachelorette? Guys, I'm like 15 years too old to be on The Bachelorette. They'd be like, ew, who let this fat old lady here?
Well, hold on. The Bachelorette for this season is older than you. And 2, I think I should be in her season because this is the only opportunity I'm ever going to have to be on it because I'll be 33 in a month or so. That's too old to be on it with a 23-year-old. But for whatever her name is, who's 38, I believe, a 33-year-old can be good. So maybe I should do it.
That reminds me, we have a Great Girls Gotta Eat episode about dating younger. It's from exactly 2 years ago. If you guys are looking to get into our podcast.
My episode is also from 2 years ago. You can dig back and find that.
You were the second guest we ever had on Girls Gotta Eat.
Oh, fuck. I forgot to pay the... Oh, shit.
What?
I forgot that it's in the oven. Hold on.
I don't know what you're saying.
I forgot the dish was in the oven. I was going to...
Oh, okay. Mine's melting nicely. It's almost there.
Melting. I'm going to let it sit for a second.
I have to get a t-shirt to pull it out of the oven because I don't have an oven mitt. But you know what? I didn't have an oven that worked for like almost 7 months, so we've made progress.
Alana 101 says she's a big fan of dating younger. Did you know that?
Yeah, her boyfriend's 8 years younger than her. She's an icon. Okay.
Well, this
I
is
hate
also...
that I'm using this, but listen, it's like the first thing I found. It's my Celtics t-shirt. We had the dancers for the Boston Celtics open up our show in Boston at the Wilbur Theater, and they're the greatest girls in the whole world, and they gave us t-shirts. So I'm using your shirt to pull this pan out of the oven, girls. I'm sorry, but you're always with me. Brunch music suggestions. The only thing I listen to is reggaeton. It's like the only thing I care about. I don't speak Spanish, but I don't care. It's my favorite thing to listen to. Ooh, this looks so good.
That looks good.
I'm gonna have to remember that it's hot and not touch it. Okay, so mine looks like that. It's all melty.
Here's mine. Mine is all melty too.
Oh, it looks really nice. And it doesn't have to look nice also. Like, this isn't about pretty food. This is just about like
diner food. That's what's fun. It's not pretty. It's like the speed and rate that diners put out food is unbelievable.
I know.
They're just whipping shit up and making out there. They're like, you're gonna eat this. Don't worry about it.
That was my first job. I worked at a place called Pamela's in Pittsburgh, in a neighborhood called Squirrel Hill. And it's the best diner food. It's actually so great. Barack Obama went there and ate there, and he loved it so much he flew the owners to the White House to cook the inaugural breakfast at the White House when he got elected. And it's just like hash browns and omelets. It's my favorite place. It would be like my death row meal.
Since you're not making it though, and I don't have my phone in front of me, could you read through the Russian dressing recipe so I can make this?
I don't really have a Russian dressing recipe.
You sent me one.
I mean,
you
there's
sent me the Bon Appetit one.
Oh yeah, I don't remember what I sent you. So Russian dressing is like the traditional dressing that you put on a Reuben. It's similar to Thousand Island. Thousand Island dressing, the base of both of them is mayonnaise and ketchup. Thousand Island is a little sweeter, so you would put like pickles or like relish in it. And that's really what makes Thousand Island dressing. Reuben is like a little more vinegar. And maybe some spices. So I actually don't know what the recipe was. Do you remember what it was?
Well, I remember them. Well, I bought everything I needed, so I'm going to go through this. I don't know the measurements, but whatever. Fuck it. Sweet relish, ketchup, Worcestershire sauce.
Okay.
Oh shit, that came out a lot. Whatever. Obviously mayonnaise. I do not have. Well, the mayonnaise is that I have. Well, I have a vegan mayonnaise.
Hey, let me guess. Do you Kewpie Japanese mayonnaise? Because all you talk about
That's
is
where
Japan?
that is true. That
You
is
knew
true.
it!
Someone asked how hot the oven was. It was just on the broiler, so.
Broiler, or you can put it under bake. I had it on bake for like, mine was actually on bake for like 400.
Oh, I did not do that. I put it under the broiler, but whatever. I don't, oh, you know what else went in here? I think like some, shit, it was some kind of seasoning. I could just put any kind of seasoning, it'll work. I think it was like
you
garlic.
can buy all Russian dressing, or
It was
you
garlic
can make it
powder.
yourself.
Garlic powder. Just a little garlic powder.
You don't have to like be a hero. You can just like buy your own Russian dressing.
Well, but we're cooking. I also could have ordered in this morning. See, someone likes that I did Japanese. They're excited about it.
I love that you like Japanese food and Japan. I'm a huge fan of Japan. You just don't talk about anything besides that. You know, you need to be more well-rounded.
This looks like Russian dressing, so whatever concoction I put together worked.
Great. Somebody wants to know if we've been drinking more or less in quarantine. Jeremy actually has not been drinking. He hasn't had a drink this whole time. I've
had a little bit. I don't normally drink at home, so it's not a thing I'm like, oh, let me drink. I'm like, oh, something makes sense. I'm like,
right.
oh, sip or something, whatever, but.
Right. I'm actually going to cook off the rest of the stuff that I have in here. I have been drinking most days. I like went the opposite way. You're also not like a really casual drinker. Like you drink to get blacked out. So.
Right. So I don't want to get blacked out of my apartment by myself. But
I've been drinking almost every day. The other day I counted, I have 36 bottles of wine at home right now. I have not drank liquor. I'm just drinking wine, but I am definitely drinking quite a bit. But I'm having like 2 glasses of wine per night.
It's amazing, by the way. Look at that.
I know. It's delicious, right?
I didn't eat it yet, but it looks delicious. Let me taste it.
I cook off the rest of the shit that I put in here. How is it?
If you're not drinking to black out while you're drinking. See, the person has a good point. Oh, wait, I didn't eat it yet. Stand by.
Is that really was just what you said?
Yeah. All right, I'm excited about this. Here we go. You know what? I think if I were to make this again, maybe actually, I don't think I went heavy enough on a sauerkraut. A little bit there. I would throw 2 fried eggs on top of this.
Okay.
And maybe a little heat somewhere.
I always like a little heat, but like for a general recipe, I don't want to tell people to do too much heat because they don't always like it. Sauerkraut is also like an acquired taste. It's like a pickly cabbage, so you might not love it. So you could go easy on it the first time around.
No, I think what we made is like what you would get at a diner, which is the point. But I'm always thinking, what else can we do?
Well, you're a chef. It's because we're best friends with Bobby Flay, so we just always have to be thinking about that.
Someone says sriracha into the Russian dressing. I like that idea.
I love that idea. Love it. I think it's really, really smart. All right, so to wrap up, and we can list out like there's only a couple ingredients, but I would be more than happy to list them out. And Jeremy will be making a video, and we are donating all of the money that you guys donated today to Off Their Plates to help restaurants and people in the food industry.
Yeah, we don't have to do anything. The money goes directly to them, Rayna.
Yeah, it's amazing. So there's
Instagram did good. Jeremy
amazing.
should donate $500 to spelling your Instagram handle wrong. How did I spell it wrong?
What do you mean you spelled it wrong?
Oh, I definitely spelled it wrong.
Where did you spell it?
I messed up. You can't
God
hit
damn
it
it,
anyway.
Jeremy.
You can't hit it anyway. What they hit is your real thing. It's fine. Everyone knows you.
Oh, got it. Okay. I agree. I agree with that person, and I agree with the girl that said Bobby Flay is hot right above that. He is hot, man. He's got style. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining in. If you liked this, Jeremy,
you're deciding my video is done?
I don't know. Do you want to say more things? Please.
I always have
share more thoughts.
Lots to say. Well, why don't we 1 minute, get your last questions in, and then we'll say goodbye. And then
What?
Yes, I'm laughing at the comments. As Rayna said, this video will live on forever on YouTube. Shorter version on Instagram, shorter version TikTok, Twitter. I don't know. I'm trying to do all the social medias. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, let's see. Any last questions? And then we can say goodbye, Rayna. I'm the host of the show. I decide when it's over or not.
Sorry. Well, I created the recipe and I had to go shopping and I've now.
I had to go shopping. Once again, someone wants to know what we think about Chrissy. We are, for as much as I didn't want to talk about it, we've talked about it half the time.
Team Chrissy. That's how I feel about Chrissy.
Is a thing behind my head an emoji? No. Maybe. This is the only souvenir I bought in Japan. It's a little Japanese sweet potato. And it's a magnet, so it sits on my... They make these magnets that look just like real food. And it's funny...
Oh, in Japan, yeah. All over Japan. I
was actually looking for one for Emily that would have been funny. I couldn't find the perfect one for her.
Bowl and noodles. All right, anything else?
Someone loves your plants.
Oh yeah, they're thriving. I'm a big plant person. Somebody sent me this, well, I said this to you, you already know, but somebody sent me this account called like Cute Boys with Plants or some shit. And I like went on there and I like fell in love with this guy. He's like really tall, head to toe, like covered in tattoos. So I've been like liking his Instagram photos. It's weird. I'll let you guys know how it goes. I'm a plant sexual, you know?
It's a roasted one too, so good. Oh yeah, so that is, I guess it is emoji. Someone sent it. I didn't realize that was the real one. But so all the emojis are based off of real things in Japan. There's this account. She does like stop motion stuff really, really well. Her name is Colette Perry. And when she went to Japan, she did this whole video about her looking for the emojis in real life. And then like made her husband pose in front of every single one of them. It was the funniest shit ever.
Cool.
All right, I guess that could be the end of it.
Huh.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Thanks for joining. Thanks for donating.